Hello guys, welcome back to POPnGAMES once again for the unboxing. Today we're going to be doing the unboxing for Atari Flashback Classics. And we got in front of us Volume 1 and Volume 2. So, same title, different volume. Basically, same game with different games. It's like a collection of games for 50 games. It says leaderboards, multiplayer, and online. These two games are rated E for everyone. And from the front cover, you can see a lot of the different Atari games. Alright, so now, there we go. Moving over to the spine. So, the Volume 2 has a red background, while the Volume 1 has a white background. Same name, Flashback Classics, except the Volume 1 and Volume 2. Alright, moving over to the top. Both these copies in front of me are Y-fold copy games. And moving over to the back. So from the back, they show and say different things. So I'll be reading from you guys the Volume 1 copy first. It says, relive the golden age of video games. Combat Centipede, Storm Quest, Star Raiders, and more. Atari Flashback Classics bring the iconic games of yesteryear to the powerful machines of today, with all new features including online multiplayer, leaderboards, and more, loaded with 50 games from Atari's massive library of arcade and home console hits. Atari Flashback Classics is the ultimate anthology for gaming history enthusiasts. And you got 4 different scenes from different games here. And let's go straight on to the specs before we move on to the Volume 2. It says 1 to 4 players, 500 megabytes minimum, 2 to 4 network players, online play is optional, and DualShock 4. There we go. Moving over to the Volume 2. So from the Volume 2, it says Flashback 2 Greatness, Asteroids, Haunted House, Adventure, Major Havoc, and many more. Atari Flashback Classics brings the iconic... that's the same thing. It's just the first sentence that's different. But there we go. You got 4 different scenes here from 4 different games. Going straight on to these specs. It says 1 to 4 players, 500 megabytes minimum, 2 to 4 network players, online play is optional, and DualShock 4. And both these games do show and say the same ratings. They're rated E for everyone, and that is due to mall cartoon violence and simulated gambling. Alright, so now let's pop these 2 copies open and see how they look inside. I gotta change this knife. Alright, starting off with the Volume 1. You pop it open. You only got the game disc on right, nothing on the left hand side. And something behind the front cover art. So here we go. It says, see important health and safety warnings in the system settings menu. Warning, photosensitivity, epilepsy, seizures. Notice, limited warranty. Okay, let me slide this one back in. And then we'll get a quick zoom in of the PS4 copy game disc for the Volume 1. Alright, let me just even this out really quickly. And move on to the Volume 2. So for the Volume 2, practically the same thing. Nothing on the left, game disc on right. And we got something behind the front cover art. See important health and safety. See important health and safety warnings in the system settings menu. Warning, photosensitivity, epilepsy, seizures. Notice, limited warranty. So it's practically the same thing as the Volume 1. Slide that back in really quickly. And let's get a quick zoom in of the Volume 2 game disc. Alright, so with that being shown and said, that pretty much wraps up the unboxing for the Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1 and Volume 2 for the PS4. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thank you guys for staying tuned with the POPnGAMES for unboxings. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, bye-bye.